excuse. I have always been an advocate of, facing life the way it is, practical reality. I don't like, Nigerians, we are too good in speaking too many English without actually deciphering the factors and putting, our action in place to ensure that, we nip on board and this issue, we've solved it. Let's move on to the next phase. In other words, it is not supposed to be an issue, insecurity. But if we are talking about unemployment, we should ask ourselves, are there really unemployment in Nigeria? If the answer is yes, what has government done? If they are not doing enough, we should also, advocate for government to expedite action. On the other side, for instance, as a person, I am not also supposed to see that as enough reason for you to leave. Because we have been talking about TVET, technical and vocational, education, to have skill. Because if as a young person you have skills, with the country, Nigeria, for instance, could absorb you in it will, of course, help drive our economy. In other words, unemployment rate is one of the factors, but it is not too good a reason. Because if you are not, most of us are not also employable. Some of these young persons are not employable.
Whose fault is that?
It's their fault. It's their fault in one part, because most of them refuse to learn even while in school. The other side, if you also go to school, you see some teachers or lecturers who are not worthy of, bearing that tag of a teacher and a lecturer. So you can't give what you don't have. Probably what they have impacted in these young persons are half-baked on that side. On the other side, one should also use your God-given prowess to also help develop yourself. So when they say unemployment, it is, but it's not supposed to be the reason.
I think I'm even more concerned about the insecurity aspect of it all, because yes, you do have people leaving northeastern Nigeria into Cameroon, and then those ones also, they pay these people smugglers who take them all across, which is the new route now for migrants, take them across the Sahara Desert all the way to Libya, where they now board boats. So you said your organization has done some work on this. It's a major topic for you now.
Yes. The organization, the Independent Pan-African Youth Parliament, which I am privileged to be the global speaker, has actually done a lot, within our scope of capacity, especially here in Nigeria. We've partnered, for instance, with the Amnesty Office, where retired General Paul Boro is the director, the essay to the president on amnesty, to see how we could also support them on their drive, to quell the level of insecurity, the rehabilitation of the insurgents, in the northern part of Nigeria. We're also in full-time partnership. Of course, some of us, like me, is a product of, one of the most vibrant foundations in Nigeria, known as Foundation for Ethnic Harmony in Nigeria, owned by Barrister Allen Onyema.
So what exactly are you doing, to help people stay back if you're concerned about the migration?
We are doing, exactly like you said, is, we are driving, for, we have SDG 4 that talked about access to quality education. So we are driving towards that for actually people to embrace that access to education, because if you as a young person have access to quality education, education alone is enough empowerment. So we are doing that, it's an organization that launched it, and of course it is yielding, though not big, but significantly we are actually getting results from that regard.
Have you had the opportunity of meeting any of these people who are, in the process of making that trip across the Mediterranean? Have you met people who have expressed thoughts about going to Europe, to start a better life?
3 weeks ago, I was in South Africa, and the director in peace and security, Shabangu Shelim, is a lady, under my organization. In fact, she has an NGO that, fights illegal migration. So I had this privilege, like you asked, to be with 3 Nigerians. Coincidentally, they're from the eastern part where I come from.
Where there is, no insecurity, except, of course, kidnapping.
Yes, yeah. So I asked them why. They told me, can we get absorbed in the organization? I said, our organization is not an express visa to Europe. What we do, we are purely into advocacy, complementing the good works of the African Union and the United Nations. So if I may ask, can I know your reason why you really want to elope? Because I call it elopement. I, for one, will have no reason to leave to the United States of America. I don't have such intentions. We travel far and wide.
Well, because you're better educated, perhaps.
Okay, yeah.
And you're better informed.
Okay, I'm better informed, good. But the government is not paying me. So if their reason could be the fact that the government is not giving them stipends and all of that, for me, I see it as no reason. But they will tell you that they want to go there, to earn their currency, which is far bigger than ours, then come back to Nigeria. And of course, you can equate what a dollar is to naira. Those things are also factors that could drive a greedy person to elope to Europe. If you have $1,000 abroad, for instance, bring it down here. You're talking about almost 400,000 naira.
So apart from the reasons that they give, which is insecurity, they talk about kidnapping and so on. You also mentioned greed, which is a likely reason why people want to travel.
Greed.
Life.
Especially, our emphasis is on young people. Especially on young people, because if it is not greed, tell me what could be the driving reason behind this unnecessary urge to leave. I want to go to Europe. I want to go to Italy. I want to go to Venezuela. When they go there, they will indulge into unnecessary crimes, peddling of drugs, human trafficking, and all of that, because they want to be on the fast lane to make the money faster. And when they come back to Nigeria, imagine a half-baked individual, living to the States or wherever, coming back after 2 years, and you see him amassing, living in life of opulence. Then look at another young man who is doing really well and complementing the efforts of the government, but he's getting his pay normally without any, putting his hands into any of these societal ills. And if you are not getting yourself well comported, trying to equate yourself, look at me, I'm educated, and look at this man, I'm not an educated person, but flaunting all this wealth and all of that. If you are not greedy, that could as well drive you to leave. So I think greed is one of the factors, but I think here is God-given. So it is either, if you are not a greedy person by nature, you will not. But if you are, of course, there's little to which we can do to stop you from leaving.
Our interview with Obinna Nwoke continues after the break.